So first, let's understand why this happens. Many Android phones, especially carrier-branded ones, have hidden this option to prevent users from easily resetting the phone. Once the phone is off, press and hold the volume up and power buttons at the same time. Keep holding them until the Samsung logo appears on the screen. When it does, let go of the power button and continue pressing the volume up button. You're now in recovery mode. Here you can navigate using the volume up and volume down buttons and select an option with the power button. Options like Wipe Cache Partition or Wipe Data Factory Reset can help fix software issues, but be careful, resetting will erase all your data. Sometimes, it's related to a feature called MDM or a pre-installed carrier service blocking the feature. But here's the good news, you can fix this in just a few minutes. So let's break it down. MDM is a security measure often used by companies or mobile carriers to make sure that devices stay secure and under their control. This means that even if you have full access to the device, when it comes to flashing new firmware or accessing certain settings, especially in download mode, you might hit a roadblock. But don't worry. If you're serious about flashing your device, there are ways to bypass or unlock these restrictions. First, one of the most common solutions involves using Odin, a flashing tool designed for Samsung devices. However, MDM can still block these actions, preventing the firmware from flashing. If you're able to access download mode, tools can be a game changer. But here's the catch: MDM blocks flashing operations, and unless you remove these restrictions, flashing won't work. For those who are in a situation where MDM is blocking in download mode, you may need to consider working with custom ROMs or specialized software tools tailored to handle MDM restrictions. Some users have found success by using special unlock solutions. These tools work by modifying the settings in download mode, allowing you to flash firmware or custom recovery. That said, this step is advanced and may require specific software or professional help. So be careful and make sure you're fully prepared for the next step. Now let's get this device open. Start by removing any screws on the back of the phone, then gently use your prying tool to detach the back cover. If you're working on a Samsung Galaxy, this is often glued on, so be careful not to break anything. So first, what are test points? Test points are tiny solder pads on your phone's motherboard that you can use to connect external tools, to run diagnostics or fix issues. They're crucial for recovering a brick device. Once you've located the test points, it's time to connect them to initiate the recovery process. For some models, you might need to solder small wires or use a test cable. In other cases, you can use tweezers to short the test points. Take your test cable or tweezers and carefully short the test points together. This action tells the phone to enter a mode where it can communicate with the PC. Once you've connected the phone to a PC using the test points, a whole new world opens up. You can remove locks, repair IMEI numbers, and even flash the firmware, all tasks that would normally require special software tools. Whether it's a call not going through or fixing a software glitch, these advanced methods help you fix phones that seem beyond repair. But a word of warning: these tools are powerful, and while they're incredibly useful, you need to be careful. Downloading from the wrong source can put your PC at risk, so always make sure you're getting your tools from trusted sites to avoid malicious software. Now, I won't lie, this is not something you'll want to dive into if you're just starting out. These procedures involve a bit of a learning curve, and even the pros will tell you to proceed with caution. If you're a beginner, there are easier alternatives that can help you bypass some of the common locks without needing to get into the hardware side of things. There's a reason why mobile technicians can do what seems impossible. They have access to advanced software that allows them to repair and unlock phones by bypassing the usual methods like factory resets or simple software fixes. The tool I'm talking about is designed to interface with the phone at a deeper level. By connecting the device to a PC through special modes and shortcuts, it allows you to bypass frustrating locks, perform repairs, and flash firmware. It's a game changer for those who fix phones for a living. Alright, we all know how annoying it is when your phone is stuck on a boot loop, locked by FRP, or giving you errors that make it nearly impossible to do anything with it. Well, there's a secret tool that professionals use to unlock, repair, and bring these devices back to life. One of the coolest parts is how this tool can help with FRP removal, IMEI repairs, and bootloader unlocking, which are things you just can't fix with a standard reset. It works by connecting the phone to your computer and letting the software communicate directly with the phone system, bypassing the usual security measures. Now, if you're a beginner, you're probably wondering, is this something I should try? And the answer is proceed with caution. This kind of tool is designed for people who know what they're doing. If you're just starting out, there are easier options available for simple tasks like FRP bypass or basic unlocking. Once you've connected the phone to a PC using the test points, a whole new world opens up. You can remove locks, repair IMEI numbers, and even flash the firmware, all tasks that would normally require special software tools. Whether it's a call not going through or fixing a software glitch, These advanced methods help you fix phones that seem beyond repair. One of the most powerful features of this tool is its ability to repair or bypass FRP locks, remove KG lock, which are a major headache for many users. If your phone is stuck in FRP after a factory reset, or you've forgotten your Google account details, this tool is a lifesaver. It can also handle tasks like unlocking the bootloader, flashing the firmware, or even recovering a brick device. Once the reset is complete, you'll need to configure your phone. This includes reconnecting to Wi-Fi, signing into your Google account, and reinstalling any apps you had previously used. You might also want to restore your data from a backup. If available, finally, it's always good to run a system check to ensure that no software errors are lingering after the reset. You can do this by using diagnostic tools or simply navigating through the phone's settings to verify everything functions correctly. Unlocking the bootloader often triggers a factory reset, erasing all data on the device. This means that personal data, apps, and settings will be wiped, so it's crucial to back up everything beforehand. While unlocking the bootloader can enable network unlocking, it's a process that involves risks, such as data loss, voided warranties, and potential security vulnerabilities. If you're considering this option, be sure to weigh the pros and cons carefully and back up your data before proceeding. A factory reset can offer numerous benefits by restoring your device to its original state. It can significantly improve performance by clearing out unnecessary files, cache, and software clutter that may have accumulated over time. If you're experiencing frequent crashes, freezes, or other software issues, a factory reset can resolve these problems by eliminating corrupt files or glitches. Additionally, it is an effective way to remove malware or viruses that may have compromised your device's security, as it wipes out all malicious files and apps. Another advantage is freeing up storage space. By deleting all data and apps, a factory reset provides a clean slate, allowing you to start fresh. This can also enhance battery life, as it reduces background activity by removing unnecessary apps and processes. If you're preparing to sell or recycle your device, a reset ensures all personal data is erased, protecting your privacy. In cases where your device struggles with updates or compatibility issues, resetting can help ensure smoother operation with the latest software. It also allows you to customize your device from scratch, reinstalling only the apps and data you currently need. If you've forgotten certain settings or passwords, a reset can remove these barriers, though some security features like FRP on Android might remain. For anyone passing the device to a new user, a factory reset ensures the device feels new and free from the previous owner's data or customizations. While a factory reset has many advantages, it's essential to back up important files beforehand, as it permanently erases all data. Flashing firmware on high-security mobile devices can be tricky, as these devices are built with special protections to keep your data safe. To understand this process, it's important to first know about partitions. A partition is like a section of your device's storage, with each section having a specific job. For example, there's a partition for the operating system, one for user data, one for temporary files, and others for recovery or system updates. On high-security devices, partitions are often more advanced. Some devices even have separate areas for secure work data and personal use, making sure your sensitive information stays safe if something goes wrong with the personal side. Manufacturers of high-security devices, like Samsung with its KNOX system, take extra steps to prevent unauthorized changes to their software. For example, Samsung's KNOX has a feature called an eFuse. If you try to install unofficial software, the fuse is triggered, which permanently disables some security features. This means the phone won't be as secure anymore, and it may even void your warranty. Many devices also have locked bootloaders, which prevent you from installing custom firmware. Unlocking the bootloader is possible on some devices, but doing so disables a security feature called Secure Boot. Without this feature, your phone becomes more vulnerable to harmful software. Unlocking the bootloader can also delete some of your data, and without root access, you might not be able to back everything up. If you want to flash firmware on a high-security device, always use the official firmware provided by the manufacturer. This reduces the risk of something going wrong. Using unofficial firmware might seem tempting, but it can lead to serious issues, such as data loss, a brick device one that won't work at all, or even security vulnerabilities that hackers could exploit. Samsung devices use a partitioning system that organizes and stores data efficiently while incorporating advanced security measures. Understanding these partitions is essential for tasks like troubleshooting, flashing firmware, or modifying your device. Here's how partitions work on modern Samsung devices, especially those running Android 11 or later. The boot partition boot contains the kernel and essential files required for the phone to power on. It's the core of the startup process. If this partition is corrupted, the phone won't start properly. The system partition system holds the Android operating system and all pre-installed apps. This is where firmware updates are installed, and if you're flashing a custom ROM, this is the partition you're modifying. The recovery partition provides an alternative boot option for performing tasks like a factory reset, installing updates, or fixing issues. Modern Samsung devices support custom recoveries like TWRP, allowing for advanced options like flashing zip files or creating full backups. The vendor partition stores device-specific drivers and hardware configurations. This ensures that the operating system works seamlessly with the phone's hardware. The data partition is where all user information is stored, including apps, settings, and personal files. Performing a factory reset erases this partition, returning the phone to its default state. The cache partition temporarily stores data that helps apps and the system run faster. Clearing this can fix slowdowns or app glitches. Modern Samsung devices also include a secure storage partition, protected by KNOX, which ensures sensitive data like encryption keys and passwords are safe. KNOX uses a hardware-based security system that encrypts and isolates this data, making it inaccessible even if other parts of the system are compromised. Samsung also utilizes the ODM partition introduced in recent models, which stores carrier-specific configurations. This is important for ensuring that features like voltage or 5G work correctly on specific networks. When flashing firmware on Samsung devices, tools like Odin are used to interact with these partitions. For example, if you're updating your firmware, you'll overwrite the system boot and vendor partitions with new files. If you're installing a custom recovery, only the recovery partition is modified. My name is Arnold and I wish you the very best.